So this is basically a stored XSS lab where on-click functionality has some vulnerability. Let's try to see. And we have to call the alert function. Right. Let's see. Let's see how it is completed. So basically, here is our on-click functionality, and in the description we have been told that here is the vulnerability. So basically, in on-click, our URL is going. So we have to escape this URL, this code, and try to inject our payload. Okay, see. First, let me see. We have to write the HTTP. Our data is going without this. Okay, we have to write the HTTP. Let me try to add a single code. Let's see. Okay, single quote has been escaped, as you can see. So, okay, we can try multiple encoding here. So we can try URL encoding. Percentage 27. Let's see how it is handled. Okay, URL encoding is also not working. Okay, it is HTML, as you can see. It is not converting back it to the single quotes. It is printing as it is. What we can do? Can anybody suggest what we can try here? This is compulsory. We have to write HTTP. The backend is requesting this, and if we try it as HTML import, it's because URL encoding is not working. If we try HTML encoding, will it work? Let's see. Okay, as you can see, a single code has been how it works as okay. So basically, in this, how the HTML encoding is working, because HTML encoding, this is the in HTML encoding, this is converting back to single code. So when we enter this in the URL, the browser is sending it to the backend, and backend is validating that there is some backend has restricted some characters like angle brackets, double quotes, HTML included, single quotes also escaped. So backend has some defined rules. So we tried first URL encoding, but it didn't work. So we tried HTML encoding and it worked. How? As the backend is validating first that is there any illegal character in this string, it is checking, and it has checked that it has no illegal character, so it is sending back to the browser. And when the browser is displaying with the DOM, then the browser is checking that this string, oh, okay, this string is HTML encoded. So it is converting back to a single code. Okay? That's why at this page, this string is converting back to single code, as you can see. Okay, we try it. As you can check, we enter this and here one. Let's check if this work or not. Okay. As you can see that our alert one is not highlighting because it is thinking that this string has been ended here, but it is not working as this single quote is not ending and we have to end this bracket. Okay, we have here we end the bracket and add a plus. Why plus we are adding? Because if it will be URL encoded, it is treated as a space. Okay. Add this and we again use this to end this single code. Okay, plus this will try payload. Let's see if it will work or not. Let's see. Okay, this is perfectly fine. Payload, but payload one and this is also working. So why our payload is not working? Let's let's check. Okay. If we enter this on click function, what it will happen? This string is ended with and this is ended with plus. Plus might be converting to let's see. That is not converting to whatever setting. So what we can do? What we can try is we try minus here. Will it work? Let's check. Let's check it will work or not. Okay, I forgot the bracket. Correct. Let's check. I will explain how it is working. Okay. Did you guys get it or should I explain how it works? Reflected XSS into a template literal with angle brackets, single and double quote, backslash and backticks, Unicode escape. Okay, this is very easy now. Do you know what are template literals? If you know JavaScript, you might know what are template literals or backticks. Okay, data is already built in the script tab, so we have to escape this. As you can see, our entered data is going inside a string. And what are these characters? Can anybody tell what are these? Okay. This is basically used to used instead of strings, used instead of double quote, single quote in some cases. So how it is used? These are single quotes, these are double quotes, and these are template literal. Okay, how they are different from each other? If we type hello, if we want to add some dynamic data here, every time we have to add a plus sign and add a character where x equals to 0 every time, and it might be very lengthy by adding plus plus plus, or it won't be dynamic. Or if you want multi-line string like this, so there will be, if I was telling that if we want to write multiple lines of string, okay, but it won't work in single quotes and double quotes, as browser or any interpreter won't understand that this is a multi-line string or not. So there are some limitations in it. That's why these backticks were introduced. How? In backticks you can write anything, and if you want to add some dynamic data you can add by dollar sign and these brackets, curly braces, okay, and add any variable or any function like on change. If you write this, it will execute JavaScript inside this. It will tell the interpreter that these is these everything is string, these everything is string, and inside this there is a JavaScript code. Okay, it will tell the interpreter, and it can be a multi-line also. If we want multi-line string, that's why we use backticks. And in this, our entered data is going inside a string and which is covered by a backticks. So what we have to do here, just we have to escape this string, and we can just simply do a dollar sign and enter our function. Is it simple? Let's try this. Single quote to end the string and dollar sign alert 1. Let's see if it is working or not. Okay, it is working fine. is working. Okay, did you guys get it? What string is linked to 0? What are you trying to say? I didn't get it. Guys, are you there? Are you getting it? Are you enjoying it? What am I teaching? Okay. From now, we have solved these two labs, and these three labs are very interesting. And in real life, you have to do this only. Very interesting and very good lab. In real life, what you want to do? To steal cookies, steal passwords, we will see then how we can exploit CSRF defenses by using XSS payloads. Okay, so these three labs might require Berkshire Pro. So if you don't have, you can watch me how I'm solving them. You can get Berkshire Pro from anywhere. Okay, because it has some security features in the website. That's why we use Berkshire Pro version because in this we have to call the public server and which we will do with the Word collaborator which is available in the Pro version. Okay, if you have Pro version, it's fine. If you don't, no worries. I will solve it and you can watch it. Okay, this lab contains the stored XSS vulnerability in the block comments function. A simulated victim user views all comments after they are posted. Okay, to solve this lab, exploit the vulnerability to exfiltrate the victim session cookie. Okay, we have to steal the victim's cookie, then use this cookies to impersonate the user to prevent the attack. Okay, okay. This is a guideline, and we have to use Berkshire collaborator. If you don't have Berkshire collaborator, it's fine. And you can use inter inter SH, I think. Okay, inter SH. If you don't have Pro version, you can use this Interact Asset, but it won't work in this lab, but it works fine in the real world as it will provide a URL, and if anybody calls on this URL, you will get the data that you will get the logs that which IP is calling, what type of request it is. Okay, you can see at some HTTP request was made, DNS requests were made. Okay, or if you don't want to use this, you can just simply use a Python server for local machine, and then you can port forward to use ngrok, and you can give the ngrok IP or URL to use it. Okay, let's access this lab. this so that if another user access this page, his or her cookies will be stolen. Nobody knows. No, I will tell you. As we see that our script payload is working correctly, what we can use is we can use a function called fetch. Okay, what fetch does is it is used to call an external or any API call. We can use this fetch function. Okay, slash question mark 50 equals to okay. Script which is say say what we are doing wrong here. Is my syntax wrong? Okay, I got it. That syntax is wrong. How it is wrong? You don't have to one second. Am I not audible? Script. We are working here. Let's check my code. How to make it. Okay, my bad. I forgot. I was thinking that there was a lecture just passing it. Okay. Is it cookie or cookie? Which a payload is correct. our payload is also correct, but why it is not working? If this payload doesn't work, then the lab has some errors. This is also not working. This lab has some errors. Okay. No worries, we will try this lab tomorrow. Might be lab might be broken. No worries, we will do it tomorrow. If the lab gets resetted, then we will try again. This lab, we were doing